Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy day. Oh, happy day. All right, this is part three of part one. May have to make this 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. I'm not sure. But if you're watching this right now, this is the Top Team tutorial, and you must be a member of Top Team. If you're seeing this, you got to be a member of Top Team. So, welcome. This is part three of how to attain sponsorship for your brand. All right? Hopefully, the first two segments of the tutorial were very informative. Make sure you hit me up if you have any questions. We can do some one-on-ones, the whole nine, okay? Make sure everybody's feeling good. Make sure you have a pen, pencil, or pad or iPad, or however you take notes. You're going to want to take some notes. And I'm not really going to do a summation or anything. You have the part one and part two. Some of the things may sound familiar, but I want to focus on three main things today. I want to focus on I want to focus on intentionality. Intentionality is very important with your branding, with your asking, with your selling. Everything you do in your business, you want to do with intention. And I was talking to one of our top team members, and because she has a program where she's speaking to people once a week, and it's more of an inspirational based program, ministry inspirational base for your soul, for your spirit. She was like, Troy, am I a brand? And I said, yes. As soon as you put yourself out there to the public on an ongoing basis and you're promoting something, and what you do is your passion, the whole nine. As soon as you put yourself out there to your public on an ongoing basis with your name and presenting something, you are officially a brand. The term brand name is pretty redundant because brand is name. So if you have a name and you're putting it out there, you are a brand. You're officially a brand. Even if you're motivation, because we have several women in Top Team who are doing motivational, and you know you have business segments that you charge for chunks of sessions and things like that. You are your brand. So yes, if someone wants to come and sponsor you, they are sponsoring you, your name, you the person. You are valuable, okay? Intentionality. Everyone is a sponsor. I repeat, everyone, or I should say everyone who supports you in any way is a sponsor. Even if someone buys a service from you, they have actually they have done the same thing as sponsorship. Most sponsors, if they're paying you for something, if they're not looking for a return on investment monetarily, they're looking for a return on investment on impact, exposure, whatever. And some sponsors just want to support you. That's what a sponsor does. We need to change the terminology of sponsorship and make sure we say supporters. Some people say supporters. Our supporters, our patrons, sponsors. Okay, and and this will kind of spin us into some of the live stuff as well as the monetization stuff we'll talk about in segment three of the initial trainings. I got to figure out how to break it up because all this is the sponsorship, presenting your live performances and live events, especially monetizable live events, and your monetization, making sure you have 3 to 4 streams of income outside of your main source. All of these are one piece that I wanted to offer. So some of y'all in Top Team probably right now realize that, man, we're getting a lot. If you haven't realized before. And it's one of the reasons I started also slowing down on just repetitive promotion. So you'll see sporadic promotions of different people going forth in the stories, on IG, on LinkedIn. You'll see promotions of different people. If you see the trophies or my cartoon characters, everyone's name is under there, the business. So you'll get a lot of tags throughout the week on a regular basis. And then you'll get specific tags according to your branding. My piece in having everyone pick 5 to 7 themes for the week that you could do your post under is for you to use those themes to do your post under. Not just me, not just the people to promote you, for you to get used to talking to people every day. The biggest thing I want to do with frequency, and I'll touch on this because remember we only have 30 minutes, and anything longer than that, you can always hit me up. My biggest focus of frequency is if you've ever done radio or TV, you hear about frequency a lot. If you ever see a TV commercial, and back in the day it was hum a precision tune, or you see the progressive commercials, or whatever other commercials you guys are yelling out right now, Old Spice, or anything where you think of the frequency of a commercial. McDonald's, McDonald's has jingles, ba ba da ba, I'm loving it, and all the different jingles and all the different things and all the different commercials that and that ring in your head on a regular basis. It's because of frequency. That's how radio works. That's how when they play music. That's how when they do commercials, the frequency of the commercial. The more you hear it, the more it gets in your spirit. That's why jingles are so important. Jingles, symbolic of a jingle bell. You can't forget a jingle bell when you hear it. If someone has a jingle bell on the door, every time somebody opens your door, you're so that in my explanation. I'm not saying anybody this is the reason they call them jingles, but when I think of a jingle bell, if a jingle bell is on any door anywhere in the vicinity within earshot, when someone opens that door, you're gonna hear it. Somebody come in the front door? Somebody in the back door? We don't have a back door. Let's get out of here. No, I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. So when you hear jingle, commercials used to have jingles, something that you, aren't you hungry for Burger King now? Luther Vandross, world class singer, one of my favorite male vocalists of all time. Probably between him and Pavarotti, but Luther was known for doing jingles. So that's how important your brand is, your name is. And to that same sister I was telling her, I was like, well, Sears and Roebuck, Macy's, Maytag, Ford, all these brands that we know, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Versace, Armani, all of these brand names, or at least the majority of them, were last names. They were someone's name. Okay? So I want you to understand that your name is your brand. Especially if it's one thing if you have a nickname, you go by stuff like that. But in most cases, a lot of our name is our brand. Even if you have a name of a company, if you're the CEO of that company and people are used to dealing with you, that will be what people go for. So intentionality. Intentionality is important on a number of levels. And you can take notes here. Intentionality, your intentions moved, motorized or mobilized with the right actions can do anything. Your intentions mobilized with the right actions can do anything. We've seen it throughout history. We've gone to the moon. I've been to NASA. I've seen the things that scientists have created. We've found ways to go around the globe. We've made planes that can go around the globe faster. Trains, automobiles, anything, your intentionality, your dream, your focus, your vision, and the intention to really make it happen, mobilized with action, with actual action, you can do anything. So I'm putting you guys in a place of there are no limitations. I want you to get out of the place of the fear of whatever it is. I don't like to drop names on Top Team because we have several Top Team people that are doing phenomenal things. I don't like to drop names all the time because what happens is I'm dropping names and it's like, oh, well, maybe he didn't see I was doing this and this. And some people, I'm giving you tips and pointers according to certain expertise I have in business and also in the types of business. Some of our folks that are doing cooking, well, I have a lot of expertise in that area. Some of the people that we're going to have some people in here that are doing hair. We're going to have some people that are speaking. I've been speaking for a living for a long time. If you're speaking, if you're motivational speaking, you get in front of people, I have experience in that. Some businesses, I have experience in consulting, some other things. And what I don't have experience in, I have an amazing team. Not only the top team. So when you're dealing with me, I have other people that I can pull in. I have some people that I'm pulling in now that'll be doing speaking events for top team on Zooms, on special Zooms. Some will be free, some will be paid because we want to bless the people that come in and speak to top team because they'll be pouring in nuggets and they'll be doing it's like our own. I know they have Clubhouse and stuff like that, but these people will come in as a guest to us to speak to us and hone some things and do things like that. Very important things throughout this year. So your intentionality, mobilize with action, in the right actions, you can do anything. I want you to really gear in on that. I want impossibility. Like there's a rapper named Jay-Z that said, difficult takes a day, impossible takes a week. I want that to be kind of our mentality, that nothing is impossible. Nothing is too hard. I want us to get away from, because I've heard several people talk like this, and I want us to get away from, because this happened before, because these people, or I've learned that people ... You haven't met everybody. I had a mentor that told me one time, Troy, the only reason you don't have what you need is because you haven't asked enough people yet. That means I always have to be ready on a level of accountability daily, looking in that mirror and motivating myself and realizing that I can do anything. Your intentionality is paramount because with your intention, you going forward, you writing it down. Let me tell you why writing it down and making it plain is so important with visions, why vision boards, and you can't see it, I'm just pointing stuff on my walls in the studio, vision boards and books, and I have books. I keep books and pads, and if you go through my books and pads, it's written, and every day I'm writing something. I keep pads and I'm putting it in front of me. And some people may use different things. I'm always writing, I'm always writing stuff down so that I can go back and look at what I said the day before, the hour before, the minute before. There have been wars fought over blueprints. There have been blueprints in the right person's hand can make an atomic bomb. Blueprints in the right person's hand can make wells around Africa and electricity in places that never seen electricity. Blueprints in the right person's hand can make airplanes and space shuttles. Blueprints in the right person's hand and formulas in the right person's hand can make vaccines to cure the world. Blueprints are powerful. The written piece is powerful. Because what happens is once you write it down, it has already become real. Now, intentionality and action has to take place to bring it into fruition. Okay? Does that make sense? So it's important to write your vision down and make it plain every single day. Write your intentionalities down. This is my financial goal for the day. I'm going to hit this goal. These are some of the ways I can think about. These are some of the things I'm thinking about doing. These are everything that I can perceive that I can think about doing it. One thing I want you guys to do, and I'll mention it. I'll mention it a little bit later. I want to keep rocking because we only have about 17 minutes. So everyone is a sponsor, okay? Everyone. Ask everyone if they'd like to support. Now, I'm helping some people with this already so that you have your ask in order. I think my man Mario Armstrong said, I usually have 2 to 3 asks at any given time. You should give levels, you should give amounts, you should give things, and you should have what it goes towards. Because somewhere in your life, in what you're doing, if you're doing it effectively, someone's going to ask you what you need. And some people are like, I've never had anybody ask me what I need. If you're doing it effectively, okay? Now, some of you you've already cut off. I don't want to ask anybody. I'll just sell my product. Guess what a sell is? A sell is I ask. So get out of that mentality that you're not asking anybody, that you don't need anybody, that you've done it all by yourself. That is a lie. That's some BS. I'm trying to keep my cussing down, but that's some bullshit. Uh, I'm serious. If you're saying I've done this all by myself, you're lying. And I can sit down with you and reveal the lie. So if any of you think you got where you are by yourself, I will sit down with you one-on-one and reveal it to you that you haven't. So stop saying, no one's helped me, I've gotten here by myself. If none of you say that, then we're good, okay? Make sure my mustache isn't too frazzly in the video. Oh, sorry. Comedy, it's just comedy. So everyone is a sponsor. Everyone is a possible sponsor. Everyone has something that you need. The reason we do what we do is for people, is toward people, is to benefit people, is to help people. In return, we get some kind of help for ourselves. Supply and demand has many different levels. It's not just a product, it's a service, okay? So everyone is a sponsor. Everyone is a possible supporter. Sponsor is a supporter, someone to support you in some way. So I want you to look at people like that. In the Master's Plan 101 that I send out, I tell everybody to look at the businesses that you support on a regular basis. Go through a month and write down the businesses that you support. If you go to the cleaners, at least once a month, write that down. If you have certain restaurants you always go to and you know the people, if you walk in a place and they know you and you know them, your car dealership, whatever, those are possible sponsors. And usually those are business sponsors. So they're on a little higher level. The everyday people in your phone and Facebook and stuff like that, you should be talking to them too, offering services. Now, if you want to separate people, separate the small list of people that are real friends and family that you want to talk to about money. Separate them. Get them out of the way. Write them. Actually, you should be writing that list down. Everybody else, you should be talking about what you're doing. Okay? We have so much that we can do in a day that would keep us focused. And I'm here to help you structure that. If most of our social medias have hundreds, maybe in thousands of people, if we just stayed in our social media to purge the people who aren't real or supporting us, we can get a lot of business daily. You know, I go on LinkedIn sometimes and I ran into a friend and mentor of mine in LinkedIn. He's a doctor from Baltimore, head of orthopedics. And we hadn't talked in years. He was one of my barbering clients at one point in time too. And he's watched my whole journey. And he's in Pasadena. I live in Burbank. That's 15 minutes from me. He's from Baltimore. I didn't even know. But because I went inside of LinkedIn and thanked everybody for like an anniversary, something or something, and went in and talked and said, how are you doing? Something, let me tell you how this conversation happens. You go in, say, hey, what's going on, Ann? Hey, what's going on? It's not a whole, don't plaster a bunch of information in people's emails and databases and social medias. Don't do that. That's not how you do it. Okay? I want to be very clear. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to be crystal clear on that. You don't go into someone's social media or their email and plaster a whole big thing you got coming up. Most people, 9 times out of 10, are not going to read your long message. You have to have conversations. It's about communication. Because in a communication with somebody, you find out what they need. One of the biggest things I do when I go into a meeting with someone who I need something from or I think can help me with my vision is I ask them what they need. You know why I like Top Team? Because I get to work with a crew of people and find out how I can help you guys. That's what Top Team is. Let me see how I can help such and such over here. If I dip into some people, and some of y'all know, I'll dip in and talk to you and work with you and see what's what, and we'll talk. Who does that? What mentor or sponsor? Who has that time? I don't really have that time. I can be doing anything else. But I love it. I love to talk to people to see where their heart is, their mind is. You have to learn to have a love for people if you're in business. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. You have to learn how to love people. If you don't, I don't know about people, and people sometimes and this, that, and other, you're not going to be good at business. You're not going to be good at business. Are there introverts that are good at business? They may be successful. They may make a lot of money. But are they good at business? I'm like, wait, Troy, wait. Troy, you're confusing me. If you're making a lot of money, you're good at business, right? No, all money ain't good money. Where I come from, just like scared money don't make none. Somebody's like, what does that mean? Scared money don't make money. Meaning that you do have to invest in yourself to make more money. You do have to invest in your product to make more money. You do have to invest in your branding to make more money. You do have to do that. And we talk about that all the time. And there are different ways to do it. You can do it at different levels. And the more you grow, the more you invest, right? It is a sacrifice, but it's worth it because you're worth it. But that scared money don't make none. I mean, if you're holding back your money, you ain't gonna make no money. But all money's not good money. I mean, they're drug dealers that make money. Legal and non-legal. They're guns and arms sales that make money. They're people that make money off of, little kids mining diamonds in Africa. Billions, trillions of dollars. Is that good money? All money's not good money. There's people who were for years making money off Wall Street and Enron. And there was a company called MCI that most people don't even know what that was. MCI WorldCom. There's companies that folded because their books weren't in order. Everything wasn't straight. All money ain't good money. There was a cat recently, relationship guy. Women following him, buying his t-shirts, loving what he's saying. He's cheating on his wife. He's cheating on his wife in the car while he's doing the video about guys who cheat. Made a lot of money. All money ain't good money. And does that tie to morality? Yes, but it also ties to some partnerships you shouldn't go into. Okay? All right, let me get with this. Make money every day. And hopefully this is helping you. And like I said, this is a short version of what I do on a regular basis, but I want to make sure we have some strategic things so you can go back and watch these videos, these 3 of our first segment, part 1 through 3, how to attain sponsors for your brand. And in these last few minutes, forgive me for saying so much. I'm a radio guy, so I'm not supposed to say all the time. So in these last 7 minutes, I want to really talk about making money every day. Now, this will go into some later things. I'll expound more on it later, but I'm gonna give you a tip today. For the next, you can start now and go through April. And this is something I got from Tony Robbins. Every day, I want you to write down 3 ways to make money. Not 3 ways that you already make money, but 3 ways to make money. For example, anything you see. Artists. I'll write down artists. Now, once you write it down, don't write it down again. You can never write it down again. For the next 30 days, 3 ways to make money. A clockmaker. Light bulb. A person who makes light bulbs. A book author. But that was 3. So next day. So today, Monday, you write down 3 beginning of the week, whenever you watch this. You write down 3 ways. The next day, write down 3 more ways. A cup maker. Someone who makes cups. Merchandising. Coffee growers. Someone who makes pens. And you're out one day and I didn't do that. A hot dog vendor. A fast food. But go through your list and pay attention to your list. You don't have to write down the same 3 things ever again. Just 3 things that you hadn't write each day for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, you'll have a list of 90 ways to make money. And you can include what you do too. DJ, speaker, singer, actress, philanthropist, whatever it is. You can use those too. You can include yours too. But at the end of 30 days, you'll have 90 ways to make money. What that does is that it takes you out of a funk if money is ever a problem, if acquiring something is ever a problem. Then you can go back and look at the techniques. Man, this hot dog vendor has something. It's not the greatest food in the world. It's a fast food. A lot of people like it. And man, he's parked in front of the DMV. People are standing in line. People are hungry. People want to go somewhere real quick. I knew a hot dog vendor that was in front of the DMV in Baltimore. And this is not a glamorous gig, quote unquote. Hot dog vendor, hot dog stand. You see the hot dog guy? People in New York already know. Places like that. But this guy, hot dog vendor, in front of the Department of Motor Vehicles in Baltimore. I think the guy's name was Tony. I had another friend that worked for him, Tavon. Then they brought another girl. They train people to work it. A hot dog stand in front of the Department of Motor Vehicles could average between $400 and $1,000 a day. Profit. A hot dog stand with chips, soda, hot water, a bunch of hot dogs. His runners, if he was run out of stuff, he could make a call. Hey, I need about, pick me up another 100 dogs. $400 to $1,000 a day with a hot dog stand. I'm saying that because there's certain things. Troy, you saying I should go out and get a hot dog stand? No. And don't get me wrong. He went right where the people were, and he knew something that they needed. There are people who are dealing with food. There are essentials that you're dealing with. If you're real estate, food, clothing, medical, wellness, health, motivation, all these things are really essential to the hierarchy of life. But I want you to realize that there are so many ways to make money every day. I could give you ways, but I've sat with people and given them ways that they can make money, and they've shot them all down before. But it's something different that happens when you hear yourself say it, when you see yourself write it. It changes your perspective. So as we're closing out part 3 of this thing, how to attain sponsors for your brand, we covered a lot of stuff. I want you to go back and watch it yourself. The whole series. I'm including the whole series in the email today. Part 1, 2, and 3. That's 90 minutes. I'm not saying you have to sit down and watch it all together, but that's about 90 minutes of some good stuff. If this helped you, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. You can always email me back, anything like that. Okay? But maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, I'll be starting segment 2. How to do live broadcasts and live events, and how to get paid off your live events. I'll be doing that. After that, we'll deal with monetization. But don't forget, 3 ways every day for 30 days of how to make money. Oh, somebody made a broom. Oh, the person makes trash bags. Oh, a trash collector. Boom. That's 3. Next day. But make sure you never go back to those ways, so that you can look at all these different ways there are to make money. And you may be thinking, well, this is what I do. Yes, but everybody diversifies. And if you are a brand, you need to do what a brand does. And I can teach you how to, I got a t-shirt with my name on it, and people can buy that. Okay, but how many people really want to walk around with a t-shirt with your name on it? Now, don't get me wrong. My last name is Rawlings. There are a lot of people walking around with a t-shirt that says Rawlings on it. It's a brand name for sports. But guess what? I didn't get it in time. So, yeah, if you have a brand name for something, yes. If, so whatever it may be. But your brand can associate with something, and we can find certain names and certain things that everyone would wear. We have some people now in Top Team coming up with some amazing ideas for t-shirts and branding and stuff, and I love it. I love it all. Okay? Hey, guess what? Time's up. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit me up with any questions. This is Troy Rawlings, Top Team Tutorial. This is part 3, the last part of how to attain sponsorship for your brand. Talk to you soon. Hit me up. Love y'all. Peace.